Hello, this is Sammy. Welcome to Invest in Prayer. It's the greatest investment that you'll ever make in your life. Today, we have some encouraging words that will help you as you spend time with God.
Victorious praying lays the foundation for revival, and I've discovered that all have prayer at the heart of them. Over 140 years ago, the great British pastor Charles Haddon Spurgeon wrote, "The times of refreshing from the presence of the Lord have at last dawned upon the land. Everywhere there are signs of aroused activity and increased earnestness. A spirit of prayer is visiting the churches. The first breath of the rushing mighty wind is already discerned, while on the rising of evangelists the tongue of fire has evidently descended." The spirit of prayer that Mr. Spurgeon described has always been at the root of every great awakening of the Christian church. It matters not whether you search the New Testament or look into the halls of history. Revival has always been preceded by prayer. Over the last number of years, I've been a student of the great evangelical revivals, and I've discovered that all have prayer at the heart of them. Someone gets a burden and begins to pray. They wait upon the Lord, and in His divine time, He answers their prayers. They meet with God, and God manifests Himself to them. The first time that I experienced revival, there was a spirit of prayer that permeated the church and the evangelistic meeting. It began with a praying pastor. He continued praying in spite of bleak circumstances. Then one day, God came. He visited His people. When God comes, everything gets interrupted. Evangelistic meetings that were scheduled to conclude on Sunday had to be extended an extra week. The church building couldn't hold the people. The news media reported on the great things that God was doing. The hardest drug addicts were saved and delivered from their addictions. Racial enemies became brothers in Christ. God came when His people prayed. Prayer and revival are always partners in the manifestation of the glory of God. His glory comes when He comes. When that happens, the church is accelerated in its spiritual and numerical growth. Revival precedes the great harvest of souls, and prayer always precedes revivals. There's much talk today about revival. I simply know one thing about revival. It always descends on the wings of prayer. A praying people will ultimately be a revived people. Pray and stand back and see what God will do.
I hope this was an encouragement to you. Our next broadcast will help you to make the greatest investment of your life, investment in time spent with God.